Hello everyone and welcome back to the UConn Huskies Dynasty. The Huskies are 6-4 and according to one of your guys' comments, they are in fact bowl eligible despite one of those 6 wins being against an FCS team. Somebody else mentioned in a comment that there's no bowl tie-ins for UConn, which is why I wouldn't have seen them on one of those predicted bowl games. But anyway, this week we come up against the Syracuse Orange. As you might recall, Syracuse is the team that stole Paul Townsell from us. They've also stolen a few other players from us, but this is the most notable one by a significant amount. I do feel like UConn versus Syracuse is sort of becoming a rivalry in the making, but I also sort of think it might be one-sided. I think that we probably view Syracuse as a rival, and Syracuse views us as a little brother that they don't have to contend with. Syracuse is a much better team, and they're in the ACC. They're an 83 overall to our 78, and they just generally have a lot more prestige as a team than us. If we look at conference standings now that there's only a couple games left in the season, you've got Miami leading the ACC at 8-2, 6-0 in the conference. The American is led by North Texas. The Big 12 is led by Texas Tech, who is currently 8th in the country. The Big 10 is Michigan, Ohio State, and Oregon, who are 9-1, 9-1, and 9-2, and the 1-3-7 rated teams. Penn State, despite being 3-4 in the conference, is still ranked 15th. Conference USA is led by FIU. Everyone in the FBS Independence is 6-4, which does actually mean that UMass has had their most successful season in team history now. Also, a number of comments have pointed out that UMass is set to join the MAC in 2025. I will be making that happen in this series as well come next season. But I don't think we as UConn will be following suit. I think either we will remain independent or potentially join like the American or maybe just jump ship to a Power 4 immediately. The MAC is led by Toledo. The Mountain West is led by Boise State. The Pac-2 is Oregon State and Washington State, 9-1, 8-2. The SEC is led by the Alabama Crimson Tide, with Georgia still the 2 seed despite having one more loss. And the Sun Belt is led by Louisiana, who I believe is getting top 25 votes. Georgia is actually the top-rated program in college football right now, despite the fact that they are 8-2. Ohio State is the 2 and Alabama is the 3. Oklahoma in the top 4 right now. And then this is the rest of the top 25. Not any huge surprises. Mississippi State is maybe a little surprising considering they're only an 81 overall. And Louisiana has actually cracked that top 25. Other teams receiving votes are Arizona, Notre Dame, Baylor, LSU, South Carolina, Boise State, Kansas, and Kansas State. If you want to know about the Heisman watch, it's Will Howard, the Ohio State quarterback, leading the way. And the last thing I'll show you before we get into this week's action is just the season stats so far. Nick Evers having a pretty good year, nearly 2,800 yards, 32 touchdowns to 10 interceptions. Rushing, Cam Edwards leads the way in rushing yards with 505 with 4 touchdowns. Victor Rosa has a better yards per carry, but 28 less attempts with about 100 less yards. Receiving is led by TJ Sheffield with 742 yards. Victor Rosa out of the backfield with 619. In terms of our blockers, Valentin Sen has given up the most sacks. He plays at right tackle. He has given up 6 this year. Wes Ho, our left guard, has given up 4. Chase Lunt, the left tackle, has given up 3. Christopher Fortin and Ben Morosky have given up 2. Defensively, it's Zachary Spears that leads in total tackles, but it's Jelani Stafford that leads by a long ways in tackles for loss at 21. And then our sack leader is the junior Julian Simon, and our leader in interceptions is Malik Dixon Williams, Zachary Spears with 2, and Lee Millette III with 1. Interesting that none of our corners have an interception yet. Also, if you're keeping track, our kicker is 3 for 10 on the season. The Huskies take about a 4-hour drive to meet up with the Syracuse Orange, a team that has stolen 3 of our top prospects this recruiting class, and a team that we most definitely want to beat, but they are the toughest opponent the Huskies play all season, so it is an uphill battle, and of course, we gotta go on the road to get it done. The Orange are quarterbacked by senior Kyle McCord, a very, very good quarterback. Their halfback is LaQuint Allen, with Yassine Willis behind him. Wide receiver 1 is Justice Ross Simmons, Trevor Pena, Zeed Haynes, and Umari Hatcher. And then probably the best player on this whole team is tight end Aronde Gadsden, and he is only a junior, so if he doesn't declare for the draft, he should could be back next season. The Huskies looking to make an upset today, as McCord will take the snap and hands it off on the first play of the day offensively for the Orange, and it goes for 5. 3rd down and 2, an opportunity for a stop for the Huskies. Man in motion, and it is that jet touch pass play, and it's going nowhere. Maybe a pickup of 1, but it wasn't enough. 4th down, the Orange punt. So here come the Huskies, as they're now 6-4, having a pretty quality season. A 7th win on the season would be their best since 2010. 1st and 10, it's Cam Edwards in the backfield, makes a nice cut to end up getting 6 yards. 2nd and 4 from the 33. We'll go back to Cam Edwards. A little bit of running room, good blocking from the right tackle. 3 yards for Edwards. It's 3rd and short. 3rd and 1 from the 36. Cam Edwards up the middle, has room to work with, and gets the 1st down yardage nearing midfield. Victor Rosa has checked into the game out wide to the left. We'll bring him in motion, and it's the jet touch pass. Good blocking down the field. Can Victor Rosa make a move? No, can't make anybody miss, but it is good enough for a 1st down. From the 41, 1st and 10, the offense moving nicely so far this drive. We'll go to the air for really the first time. I know the jet touch pass is technically through the air, but this one goes to Brett Buckman, and it's another 1st down. Victor Rosa checks into the game. 2nd and 10, looking to throw, and we will get it to Victor Rosa, get him some space, and that'll be 3rd and 4. 3rd and 4 from the 18, looking to throw. And we'll dump it off to Rosa again, but he gets drilled as soon as he catches it. 4th and 5, we'll have to attempt a pretty long field goal. My track record with field goals this year has not been the best, and that meter is moving awfully fast. I think I probably missed it, and it's just inside the right upright from Chris Freeman. Finally, I've learned to make field goals, but only barely. Syracuse will start from their own 17. I realized that I should have just kept it on the ground to that last drive. Probably would have ended up with 6. Running game was working so well, there was no reason to go away from it. You know who should go away from it, though, is Syracuse. That'll make it 2nd and 10 from the 17. And we're sending some heat on this play, but it's a run up the middle on a draw play, and it gets 2 yards. Now it's 3rd down and 8. Another chance for a Huskies stop. McCord running out of time, backing up, down he goes. A huge loss for the quarterback. 4th and 21. The Huskies defense came to play today. Jack Barton, the senior right end, with the sack, and Syracuse will punt. And real quick, before anybody else in the comments is like, oh, you clearly turned down the difficulty, it is very much on Heisman. You can't actually change it in the middle of the game. The thing about Heisman difficulty, though, is it's not like all Madden, where your opponent just constantly plays perfect. It's a lot more fluid. Teams can play good, teams can play bad, and I promise you Syracuse will start playing well at some point because it's Heisman difficulty. 1st and 10 UConn, though. Victor Rosa in the backfield finds a running lane and gets another 1st down. Yeah, definitely need to keep it on the ground. The run game has been killing it so far. 2nd and 8, a minute 52 left in the quarter, as that throw is awful from Nick Evers, fully behind the tight end. That'll make it 3rd down and 8. Evers to throw again. Wants Victor Rosa again, and he doesn't even put his hands up. And now the Huskies have to punt it away. What an interesting end to the drive. So the defense of the Huskies has been playing very well today. Shut down the pass and the run so far, and we're gonna look to do it again. Jelani Stafford is a menace. It's unfortunate that we're gonna have to see him go after the end of this season, because he is an absolute monster in the middle. Running back keeps it, and it's 3rd and 9. The Huskies with an opportunity for yet another stop against Syracuse. The way that they are running their offense is just not working so far today. Very run heavy, and we've stopped it just about every time. 3rd and 9, McCord to throw, finds his man, and finally they get some 1st down yardage to the 31. Now it's 2nd and 10 from the 31. McCord will hand it off, and Stafford's there but couldn't make the tackle. So it's another 3rd down situation for Syracuse. McCord changing up the play, running back to his right. He will look to throw, has all kinds of time. Was that caught? No, incomplete. And the Orange will punt once again. This next play could very well be the end of the 1st quarter, and it's still 3-0. Very low scoring affair here in Syracuse as Victor Rosa makes a spin move, loses the ball, but it's recovered by a big man. 2nd and 5 will start the second quarter. And we will keep Victor Rosa in the game despite the fumble, and he gets a first down to the 38. Cam Edwards checks into the game, and we'll go play action. And we'll look for the tight end, Lewis Hanson. It's overthrown by Nick Evers. Clearly not on his best game today. 3rd and 9. Evers will look to throw. Huge blitz on its way. Just had to dump it off. And it was well played by the Orange. A defensive battle so far. 3-0 UConn here in the second. Neither team can find the end zone. McCord has a man wide open, and it's that superstar tight end. That is by far the biggest play of the day for Syracuse. McCord under center, but now changing the play completely, and it will be a sack. This time from Famawina Brown, who was on the blitz. 2nd and 14 coming up. 2nd down and 14. Surely they go to the air here. No, it's a read option, and the quarterback will keep it. And he does get 3 yards, but it's still going to be 3rd and 11. And the Orange convert. Under some pressure is McCord. He can't get it off. 4th down, they'll punt again. It almost feels like the first team to score a touchdown is going to end up being the team to win. 1st and 10 from the 19, jet touch pass, Victor Rosa. Room to work, makes a man miss. Can he make a couple more miss? No, just one more. Goes down at the 35. Really would love it if Nick Evers would wake up. Has not had time to throw today. Actually may look to run here, and he'll get the first down yardage before he's pushed out of bounds at the 47. We have not run much with Nick Evers this season, but maybe we should be doing that a little bit more. 1st and 10 from the 47. It's going to be a running back counter for Cam Edwards. Fights for some extra yards. 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, Evers is back to throw and wants Brett Buckman. He has the grab and running room to work with. Jukes out a defender and gets to the 26. Big first down for the Huskies. Is this finally the drive that we find the end zone? We're at the 26 now. And it'll be a handoff up the middle for Cam Edwards. And he'll go down after a pickup of 5. 3rd and 5 from the 21. And we, of course, will look to throw with Evers. Man open over the middle. It's TJ Sheffield. Some running room after the catch. He gets to the 6. It'll be a 1st and goal for the Huskies. Will they be the team to get into the end zone first? 1st and goal for the Huskies. Blitz picked up well. And it's Skylar Bell getting into the end zone. Touchdown Huskies. We are the first team to get 6 points on the board, and it makes it 9-0, 10-0 pending the PAT. This Huskies defense is who deserves the credit for this lead right now. 10-0 UConn as the Orange under some pressure now to get some points on the board before the half, and it's going to be a carry. And a number of Huskies are there. 2nd down and 12 after the loss of 2. The rush defense in particular has been so good today, and it's good again. 3rd and 16. Syracuse struggling to do anything on the ground. Clearly that's where they want to go, but it looks like they're going to have to go to the air to get any type of success against the Huskies, and down goes McCord. He had a decent pocket for a while, but Bryce Yates was able to get home. This is easily the best this Huskies defense has looked all season. They are red hot right now, and the Huskies with a chance to take a serious lead into the half. Evers back to pass, risky throw. I did get faked out by the defensive back coming down. I thought he was blitzing as well, so I thought Victor Rosa would just be completely on his own. Was not the case. 2nd and 11. We'll look to throw. Victor Rosa is kind of completely on his own this time, and he'll get 5 yards back. 3rd and 6. 1:30 left to play as we look to throw. And we will get it off to the tight end, Lewis Hanson. Great block from Cam Edwards and from Shamar Porter. Hanson will go down with an injury, but he got his job done. He got the first. So we will substitute in Nick Harris. He was the starting tight end at the beginning of the year, sort of lost that starting job. Evers will go back to throw, and it's a screenplay set up for Victor Rosa. Tries to spin out one defender, but gets caught up. Now it's 2nd and 3. From the 28, 2nd down and 3. We've got TJ Sheffield over the middle. This is looking very similar to the last drive. 1 minute and 2 seconds left. Bruised ribs for Lewis Hanson. Let's try it again on 2nd and 10. 52 seconds left in the half. And we go to TJ Sheffield. He does hold on. It's a pickup of 4. 40 seconds left in the half now, and it's 3rd and 6. Evers will look to throw. Blitz coming. Just trying to find his man, and he does. A great throw from Nick Evers. Finds Shamar Porter in the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies. A big blitz sent by Syracuse. Picked up nicely by the blockers, and Porter finds the end zone after the tough throw from Nick Evers. And with that touchdown, the Huskies should take a 17-0 lead, hopefully into the half. Clearly, head coach Matt Glenn gave the Huskies a pep talk heading into this one, as they wanted to win against Syracuse pretty badly. They're doing a great job so far, although this play isn't going particularly well. Finally, the man is brought down. That huge pickup gives the Orange a chance to maybe get some points here before the half, as McCord will throw, finds his man. That's only a pickup of 3, and they burn another timeout. 2nd and 7 from the 50. McCord will look to throw again. Has all kinds of time, swatted down. Well played. That was Zachary Spears on the swat down, and now we find ourselves in a 3rd and 7 situation with the Orange. From the 50, McCord will look to throw, has all kinds of time, launches one down the field. It is swatted away, and they will punt. So we head into halftime. The UConn Huskies up 17-0 on Syracuse. How do you think Paul Townsend, that 4-star gem corner that committed to Syracuse over us, feels? I bet he feels pretty dumb at the moment. Although, I think a lot of people are going to consider this a fluke thus far. This feels an awful lot like the game against Duke, where we were leading quite a bit going into the half, and then I threw it all away with some dumb play. So if we can just play mistake-free football, the Huskies should be able to walk out of here with a win. I mean, obviously, mistake-free football is easier said than done, but let's try to do it. Cam Edwards gets the carry here, and he'll get 6. Cam Edwards currently at a severe risk of injury after that run, so we are going to, at least for a little while, sub in Darrell Robinson. You're probably wondering why Victor Rosa is number 2. Don't worry, he gets in on a lot of auto subs and formation subs, plus he is the 3rd down back. Speaking of 3rd downs, it's 3rd and 4. Evers will look to throw to get the conversion, and we will go to our main man, Victor Rosa, who goes out of bounds after picking up the 1st. And here is Robinson in the backfield on 2nd down and 8, and it will be a carry for him. Nowhere to go. Bad blocking by the tight end, Nick Harris. 3rd and 10 after that play. With 7 minutes left in the 3rd, Evers back to pass and tries to get to Skylar Bell, I believe that is, but he drops it. That may have been Shamar Porter, actually. Number 2, I believe, is Porter. Incomplete, though, and now it's 4th and 10. We'll punt it away. So an opportunity here after getting a stop defensively for Syracuse to get some points offensively, as it's a good running play to start the half, and down at the 47 are the Orange, and they, of course, are in their hurry-up offense. McCord looking for the play, takes the snap. It's a handoff. Allen again, and running game working a lot better to start this half. I mean, even a pickup of 5 was hard to come by for Syracuse during the first half, so I'm sure they're happy to see that. And it's going to be Allen again, this time nowhere to go. A loss of a yard. It's 3rd and 6. And the Huskies get yet another stop. McCord looking for his man, finds him, and that's going to be a 1st down for Syracuse to the 33. This is truly the best their offense has looked all day. Clearly, they made some halftime adjustments. They bring the tight ends in close to the right. It is not a carry for Allen. Instead, it's a throw downfield. Wide open is the tight end 2, and he gets all the way to the 2. 1st and goal, Syracuse. So here we go. Suddenly, they are pouring it on. 1st and goal from the 2, and a carry for the backup halfback, and he gets maybe a yard. 4:30 left in the 3rd. And it's a handoff to Allen, and eventually he finds his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Syracuse. You knew it was only a matter of time until they made some adjustment to get it going offensively. And now with 4:30 left in the 3rd, it's still going to be a 2-possession lead for UConn, but 10 points doesn't feel nearly as safe as 17. 1st and 10, UConn looking to answer back with some points of their own. It's going to be play action, and then we'll dump it off to the tight end, Nick Harris. Blitz sent by Syracuse. Nick Harris was using his football hand to throw that stiff arm. A little bit of a risky play, Nick, but I mean, at least you didn't fumble. 1st and 10 from the 38. It's Robinson in the backfield. He will get the carry here and gets 6 yards. Victor Rosa checks into the game. 2nd and 4. We will look to throw, and we'll go over the middle, finding TJ Sheffield. And that's a 1st down for the Huskies. From the 47 on 1st and 10, Robinson will get the carry, cuts this back up the middle, and he's going to exit with an injury, grasping at his knee. 2nd down and 1 after the injury, and we've got a man in motion. It's TJ Sheffield. It's a jet touch pass to the wide receiver instead of the running back Victor Rosa, as it typically goes to. That sets up a 1st and 10. The Huskies on the move. 2 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. And this time, we're doing the normal jet touch pass. It's to Victor Rosa. Good blocking downfield by Brett Buckman. Rosa jukes back inside, but goes down at the 22. Bruised knee for Darrell Robinson. We will sub him out. 1st and 10 from the 22. We will hand off Victor Rosa. Not a lot of room, but does get 3 yards. An important note as well is that we are managing to chew away a lot of this clock. Nearing the 4th quarter now. Rosa will get the carry. Nowhere to go. 2 yards. So that'll make it 3rd down and 5. Evers back to pass. Wants Sheffield over the middle and has him. What a great bailout man Sheffield has been all day today. We enter the 4th quarter. 17-7 for the Huskies. And it's goal to go. Victor Rosa in motion. It's the jet touch pass. Man gets off of his block, and Rosa gets to the 3. Cannot make it to the end zone. We've got TJ Sheffield in motion. It's a fake to him and a run for Cam Edwards. He gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies. He's not feeling 100%. You can see the wear and tear meter on the left was red, but he comes in because Darrell Robinson went down with an injury, and he finds the end zone. Was that the dagger? Have the Huskies put this one away? It is 24-7 with about 9 minutes left in the game. McCord will throw, finding his man, but it's only good for 3 yards. 2nd down and 7. At this point, we can mostly just run zone defenses and try not to get beat over the top, which is exactly what we do. And it's a 1st and 10 to the 49. So scratch that. Zone defense not going to work, evidently. So McCord changes the play. Allen in the backfield to his right. Not a running play. It's play action. Has a man over the middle. And that one is caught into the 29. Obviously prefer if they don't score so quickly. It's barely been a minute since they started this drive. 8:32 left to play. McCord will throw on the check down, and we cannot keep him in bounds, so the clock will stop. Actually, it looks like because he was moving backwards out of bounds, the clock does continue, which is great for us. Approaching 8 minutes left to play. Finding another man, and this time I believe the clock will stop. And they're making it look easy on this drive. Where's this offense been all day? As McCord from under center will hand it off to Allen. Running room to the left side. Breaks a tackle, but goes down, I believe, in bounds. He does, so the clock keeps going. 2nd down and 3 from the 6. They can get a 1st down without getting a touchdown. Jelani Stafford, you absolute animal. What a stop by the senior D tackle. 3rd and 6 as McCord is under center again. In a 2 tight end set, he'll look to throw. No pressure on him whatsoever. Back corner, end zone, incomplete. I mean, he was wide open. Our safety didn't follow him over there. And just a lazy attempted catch from Pena. He had his right foot out of bounds. They're going to attempt a field goal here. It'll make it a 14-point lead for the Huskies. I actually think there may be a fake here, so I had us in like a man-to-man field goal block attempt, but it was not a fake, and it is 24-10. The Huskies could just run out the clock here. You might see a new number in the backfield, number 7, with Robinson being at risk of injury, and with Cam Edwards being at severe risk of injury. I've brought in the 4th string running back. That is junior Mel Brown, and he will get the carry here, but man, that was just some awful blocking. Victor Rosa checks back in, but of course we will chew away as much clock as we can. On 2nd and 13, Rosa gets the carry, jukes back to the right, but can't get past the defender. It's 3rd and 7. 3rd and 7 from the 28. Evers will look to throw, has a man over the middle. It's Shamar Porter, room to work with, jukes out one defender, tries to juke back to the right, but goes down at the 47. That is a huge first down for the Huskies. It allows us to chew even more clock. And now it's 2nd down and 10 from the 47. Rosa will get the carry, lots of room to work with, so he cuts it back up the middle and gets the first down. That is huge. Just first down after first down for the Huskies, and it just continues to allow us to chew clock. From the 31, Mel Brown is the running back, and he'll get the carry, this time for positive yards, and it's a pickup of 5. A little over 3 minutes left to play. 2nd and 5, Victor Rosa will get the carry and gets met pretty quickly. It'll be 3rd and 2. The game feels pretty much over as it is, but if we get the first down on this play, I think that is probably the dagger. 3rd and 2 from the 23, handoff Mel Brown, he gets it done, and I believe that the Huskies are gonna win. What a showing from the defense. They bent a little bit here in the second half, but the first half was immaculate, and they never completely broke. 2-minute warning. I do imagine Syracuse will immediately start using those timeouts. Blitzer gets in for free, and they do indeed. We may have to settle for a field goal on this drive, so I will look to have the ball be as centered as possible, as I am known to be terrible at kicking from the hashes. Mel Brown goes down. 3rd and 11. Gonna try to burn Syracuse's last timeout and get as close to the middle of the field as possible. Although he falls down a bit to the right, they'll burn that last time out. Hopefully we can make this field goal, make it 27-10. I made a 36-yarder earlier. This is a 35-yarder. That kick is up, and it is right down the middle. Look at me. I am getting better at field goal kicking. What that field goal does is it makes it a 17-point game again, which is a 3-possession lead, meaning Syracuse has to go down, score on this drive with no timeouts, and get the onside kick recovery, score again, and get an onside kick recovery and score again in order to win this game. So it's just super, super unlikely for Syracuse at this point. You know that the Madden AI is going to give it a shot, though, as McCord back to pass, has a man over the middle, and gets to the 41 in UConn territory. They are moving down the field. 1:20 is what remains here in the 4th quarter. McCord to the left side of the field, finds his man. He does not go out of bounds. The clock will keep moving. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 18. McCord out of the shotgun. Allen to his right. Will be looking to throw, of course, over the middle. Finds his man, but it's not going to get the first unless, okay, it gets the first. He never went down. And now 1st and goal from the 7. Likely going to the air again. I guess you could go on the ground. The referee stuck on one of the linemen over the middle. Touchdown, Orange. So clearly going to be an onside kick attempt from Syracuse. Will it be recovered by the Huskies? As Buckman will get there, and that'll end the game as he just goes down. The UConn Huskies come to Syracuse and upset them 27-17. The garbage time touchdown at the very end for Syracuse makes it look a little closer than it was, but this was in control by UConn for the most part the entire game. Nick Evers gets player of the game. I think it should go to the entire defense, who played so well today. Did give up some points here in the second half, but absolutely played great in the first half. And that is what gave us the lead in order to take the victory. I hope that all of our potential recruits that left for Syracuse have seen this and are regretting their decision. Here's the stats on the day as we'll take a look at UConn. Nick Evers had a pretty good day, 237 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 picks. He was struggling with accuracy at the very start of the game, but really put it together in the second half. Rushing, it was Victor Rosa, 13 for 61. Cam Edwards was dealing with some wear and tear issues all game, which is weird to me because Rosa gets used way more. He just must have higher durability. And Robinson, of course, with that minor injury, but came in and replaced Edwards and got hurt immediately. Receiving Victor Rosa, 10 receptions for 71. Keep in mind that the jet touch passes, which in my mind are more so runs than passes, are considered receptions for Rosa. So in reality, probably like 4 of these are actually really run plays. TJ Sheffield was the guy I went to all the time when it was a 3rd and medium type of situation, and he bailed us out every time, 6 for 58. Brett Buckman, 2 for 41. Shamar Porter 2 for 34 and a touchdown. Nick Harris had the 1 catch, and Skylar Bell 1 grab for a touchdown, obviously a very important one. No sacks given up today, and Valentin Sen with 7 pancake blocks, Wes Ho with 6. Defensively, Zachary Spears led us in total tackles with 8. Famuina Brown had 2 TFLs, Yates had 2, and Jelani Stafford had 2. And our leader in sacks, Famuina Brown with 1, Barton with 1, and Yates with 1. No interceptions or turnovers at all on the day for the Huskies. And with that victory, the Huskies are now 7-4, having their best season since 2010. And I think you might be asking yourself, how are we doing so well in year 1? This is meant to be a rebuild. I very much think it is a rebuild. But the Huskies, if you even look at the real life rankings for strength of schedule, I believe they are listed as the bottom team or like a bottom 5 team in terms of strength of schedule. This first season just has a dumb easy schedule. I was anticipating winning probably about 6 games at a minimum. I feel like anything less would have probably been a disappointment. I do think we are overperforming slightly with a 7-4 record, and I think especially beating Syracuse the way we did is pretty surprising. That's a 4-game win streak now for the Huskies. But I mean, when Syracuse is the best team you play on a season, clearly you've got a pretty weak schedule. Like even UMass, who we play in the next game, plays against Georgia this week, which immediately makes their schedule significantly more difficult. So just keep that in mind. I really sort of think the rebuild fully starts next season. We're losing a ton of our seniors on defense, and I'm going to make sure that we have at least a slightly tougher schedule, even if we remain independent. John Abram, a 2-star left guard, has committed to UConn, and that is the only commitment so far today. But we have jumped up a number of people's boards, including 3-star D tackle Calvin Whitaker, who has no other offers. Benji Butt, we are currently the #1 guy. Addison Biggs, we are the #1 guy. And we are also the #1 guy for Raheem Lovelace. We're competing with Liberty, and it looks like Middle Tennessee, but Middle Tennessee has not offered a scholarship despite being second. And then there's a couple of these 1-star guys that it looks like we're probably just going to get with very little effort. So now if we look at our recruiting board, we do have 40 hours we can spend this week, and maybe we can finally start doing some hard sells on these guys, but not with Lovelace. I do think that we can probably get Raheem Lovelace, which will be nice because we obviously lost out on the 4-star gem in Paul Townsell. So getting a 4-star gem middle linebacker in Raheem Lovelace would be awesome. Plus, he has great speed at 89. That's excellent for a middle linebacker, and I think he would be an absolute menace for the entirety of his collegiate career. We are also #1 on Gerard Byler's board, #1 on Biggs's board, Butt's board. I saw a couple comments saying that we absolutely have to get the Butt buddies. I agree. Benji Butt and Robert Butts, we're going after him. D'Angelo Townsend, I put 50 points on, and we are nearing the top of his board as well. And then Calvin Whitaker has nearly a maximum of 65. I removed 5 points so that I could get 50 to send the house for Townsend, but we are still #1 on Calvin Whitaker's board. I will look through all these guys, see if I can switch any of them to a hard sell. It looks like right now I cannot, so we just have to continue sending the house. What I am going to do is I'm going to take 10 points off of Calvin Whitaker so that we have an even 50, so that now I can also send the house on 3-star gem corner Jamie Santos. Kind of a consolation prize compared to Paul Townsell, but still a very quality corner, which is one of the weakest positions on our defense currently. But anyway, that is going to do it for this episode. I really hope you guys enjoyed. The final episode of the season will be against 6-5 UMass, which is the only rivalry that UConn technically has. And who knows how much longer that will continue, with UMass no longer being independent next season, moving to the MAC, where I will tell you right now, UConn will not be joining them. Earlier in the video, I said that Syracuse probably sees us as a little brother. Well, I bet they don't feel that way anymore. With that victory over Syracuse, I think that we can start to make that a new rivalry here in the Huskies dynasty. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you find yourself coming back on the regular and you aren't already subscribed, go ahead and hit that sub button for me. It does help me out a lot. And I will see you guys in the next episode for the season finale against the University of Massachusetts.